You know what I'm saying? All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Sorry, I'm late. We're late. This time it was me, man. This time I forgot to send the link to SP, man. I got Mom Duke's already checking up on me, man. Where y'all at? I'm here,
Yo.
mama. I'm here, mama. But yeah, this is another episode of the THHC podcast, episode 113. I finally got around to doing Nas and Hit Boy King's Disease 3. And I'm gonna do a review with SP, man. I know you're excited about the album as well. Were you like ready to do this too, or what?
Yeah, I love this album. I for for a trilogy, I mean, they killed this. 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. You see, I got they sent me this poster when I got the NFT for Nas.
Mm-hmm.
For one of his songs. I got the NFT for one of his songs. And they sent me this
That's
poster. So I framed it. It's just like bits and pieces of all his albums, then like him in the center and stuff. You know what I mean?
dope.
And I'm trying to get this vinyl. I'm gonna try to get this vinyl. We'll talk about it more, but I want to talk about new music. Do you listen to anything new? I'm just gonna put it on the screen anyway. We could talk about some of the stuff that came out before we talk about break down Nas's album.
All right.
The first thing, I think I mentioned it to you on Twitter. Thought Provoker, he hit me up on Twitter and he said he got a new EP on. I think it's exclusively on Bandcamp right now.
Yeah.
So it's Thought Provoker and the producer's named Dumbo, and it's called "I'm Good, I'm Good." And it's a good premise because he talks about, I don't know if you heard it yet, but it's just basically
I heard it.
how people be like, "Yo, I'm good," like, but they ain't really good. You know what I'm saying? They kind of lying to themselves or lying to the person that's asking them about them. But a lot of people say I'm good because they ain't not gonna tell you their whole life like in 5-minute conversation, because it might be just a drive-by talking conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Conversation. So I kind of get what he's saying, but he's probably talking about like real people that he cares about, that they just say they good, or he say he's good, and no one's really communicating. So you heard the album, the EP.
Oh
actually.
yeah. As soon as you said Thought Provoke, I kind of want to kick him in his knees because he didn't send it to me to let me know it was out. And Thought Provoker is one of my favorite concept artists.
Okay.
And so whenever he has something that come out, I'm going to listen to it. I love that album. I love the concept of the album, and his rapping is just superior. It just keeps getting better and better,
right?
And the more I hear him, the more I want to hear him.
Yeah, man, we're gonna continuously get him on all types of shows, man. I don't matter what show what podcast we're on, we're gonna get Thought Provoker on. Just to, have conversate with him about his music and his concepts and things of that nature.
And just life, because he's so smart, and I love talking to him because there's not a subject that I can broach with him that he won't have some knowledge on. He's autodidactic, so anything that he reads, he takes in, and so he's brilliant to talk to.
Wow, that's incredible. I always wish I was that. What's the phrase? Say that phrase again.
Autodidactic.
Shit, I'm gonna chop that up. I'm gonna let you keep saying that goddamn word. But anyway, let's go to number 2. Rain, he's an artist and producer. Little Dro Stoll, I'm guessing, came out with a EP, and this is a Russian. It's not a name, but it's a Russian word. It's Kalasa. No,
hold on, let it come back around, and I'll tell you.
It's Kalashes. The Kovo. I don't know, man.
Let me get to it. When it come back around, I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, you gotta be the English teacher today, man. But it's just like it's just. I remember him telling me what the word meant, because I talked to him on the phone, and he told me.
I've been kind of looking forward to this EP because
it's an EP, and he told me what it means. So once you actually say what it is, but you know what I'm saying, it's just I'll tell you what it is when he
Kalashnikov.
See, I be lucky I ain't Russian or any other foreign person, because I'll be talking in my own language.
What did he tell you it meant?
Oh, he said it meant it's the most powerful and probably the best gun on the planet. So it's a gun. It's just a
Oh, okay.
well requested. Everyone loves it. It's a high powered. I don't know if you said rifle, machine gun, whatever it is. It's a gun.
Uh,
I know you said it was a gun. So yeah, I listened to the EP. It's good. I'm gonna go back to it, check it out. Eventually, he's been on this show before, so shout out to Rain. I never met Little Joe Stowe, but hopefully I will meet him. I think we got him booked for the Formula podcast in January, so you guys watch out for that. Number 3 is Chung, and it's called "See You When I See You,"
mhm.
and this is I gotta say it because a lot of people gonna say who's Chung. She's a female MC, so I gotta at least say what what genre she is, just so people know if it's a man or woman. But she got a lot of production on. She got production on it from Nicholas Craven. She got production on from a couple other great producers. I listened
Mhm.
to a couple songs. I didn't get all the way into it because there was so much music coming out. I did listen
Yeah.
to at least 5 tracks. She could rap. She could rap. So I got to get back into it, see what's going on with her. And she sounds good. She sounds good. Number 4 is Jules Clay and Skip the Kid. Flashes of Cassius. And that's talking about Cassius Clay. Now, it was on Bandcamp, still on Bandcamp, so I can go buy it on
Mhm.
Bandcamp. But it's on digital platforms today. Did you hear that yet? Because I know we're
Well,
gonna have him on the show.
I went to Skip's live at where they
Mm.
reviewed it, and I started listening to it. It just sounds, I Skip's production because there's always something in it that I'm going to be like, what's that noise right there? Like a ping or something.
Yeah, so
It's gonna catch
Skip,
my attention.
yo, Skip's incredible on the
So
on
I
the
love
boards.
his production all the
No, he's credible on the boards. He knows what he's doing, man. He's and he's I think he's fairly new to the game, but he's doing a great job, man, and he's learning a lot. You know,
yeah.
so yeah, I gotta give it up to him, man. And another thing that's on digital, I don't think I put on here was Black Chidori, um, White Melodies B-side. That came out on digital, I believe, yesterday or today or something. And everyone, it's kind of got a I guess more traction because now it's on digital. A lot of people, probably didn't purchase it on Bandcamp, but
Mhm.
now it's on digital platforms and everyone can hear it. So
Yeah.
everyone's it's kind of like a rebirth.
And everybody kind of should hear it because it's a dope album.
Yeah, it's a great project, man. So they got it. So
Mhm.
I didn't put that on here, but because I just probably forgot. But I just mentioning it. So y'all go check out Black Chidori, man. It's BLAQ CHIDORI. All right. So go check out Black Chidori. Just to bring it down to the softer note, man, it's a R&B artist. His name's Rennie, and it's called Ultraviolet. I reviewed one of his projects prior. It's funny because my daughter introduced me to Rennie, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, it's gonna be some crazy, I don't know, some music I probably don't like, but it was actually he's a great singer. And
Mhm.
so I've been following him. This is, I think, a new EP. Is it an EP album? I think it was 8 songs, 7 songs. I can't remember. It might be an EP, but it's pretty good, man. He's a great singer. So check it out. Check it out. We got number 6, Ty Ferris. Came out with a new album called Pain for Your Vein. Now, Pain for Your Vein, this is a great project, man. You guys looking to, if y'all looking for a lyricist, somebody can actually rap, tap into Ty Ferris, man. He has a great catalog. Just a great catalog. It's always quality over quantity for Ty Ferris. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give it up to Ty Ferris, man. Shout him out. Number 7 is a Noje Jordan, I believe, and Jay Flicks is the producer. It's called Paragon. It's an EP. I go check that out. It's really good. What I was listening to the most today was 8 Terminology, rapping with friends. Terminology doing his thing, man. I gotta give it to him on that album. Number 9 is Napoleon the Legend and is it Gilio Point? Gilio, I always mess up that name. Gilio Point or something. Gilio Point. Uh, but yeah, go check out all the music I got scrolling down below, man. I put it down there for a reason. I listen to these artists. They're great artists, great rappers, great producers. It's just good music to listen to. And I just want everybody to listen to a variety of music, because I listen to a variety of music. I don't just listen to a certain genre hip hop. I listen to the R&B. Like I said, I threw Rennie in there. I listen to the street um, rap. I listen to pimp rap. I listen to anything you can think of. Positive rap, whatever you want to say, conscious rap, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to categorize it. But check out these projects below. Support them on Bandcamp if you can, or their other platforms, because they have websites sometimes. Like somebody like RJ Payne would have a website, and he would have you go on there to purchase the album. So shout out to people that got the websites. Support them on Bandcamp, and if it's on digital platforms, play it 100 times, man, because on digital platforms, these artists are not making the money you think on digital platforms, man. At the end of the year, they put out these things, these Spotify things, numbers and stuff, and some of the artists are saying how much they got paid out of, you think, oh man, this guy is famous, like he's got a lot of spins, and then they accumulate it and say, man, I only made like $200, and you're like, what? So if you can buy the album, I'm trying to buy, I bought Nas Magic, I'm going to try to buy King's Disease. It's probably hard to get. I'm pretty sure that, the vinyl's already, if they did produce vinyl, I'm pretty sure people's already sold out. I didn't even actually check for it, but I'm going to try to buy it.
It's always better to buy than to stream. I mean, even if you like me, I'll buy an album, and sometimes I can't even listen to it. I was buying, the only place I knew to buy albums was through Apple Music. So I have all these albums on Apple Music, and I don't even know how to use Apple Music.
Yo, it's funny because it's like
I don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, I don't have Apple anything either, right? That's funny. I'm an Android guy, so when you do these podcasts and you do like you go on like the verbal ones, the voice ones, Spotify, whatever, and you try to use those as well, because you want people to listen to it no matter what, because they might be listening to it in the car, they might not be able to watch you, they can probably listen to you. And I remember these podcasts, that I'm doing, they link from here, then they link to here, then they link to, and it goes to Apple Music, but it's like, I don't have Apple Music. So I'll be like, if anybody got Apple Music, let me know if my podcast is on there, because I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have Apple Music, but let's get into this review, man. I've been really going bananas about it, man. I really think it's a great project, man. So yeah. Let's get into it, man. Again, THHC podcast episode 113, Nas and Hit Boy, King's Disease 3, review with SP. See, look, I'm rhyming. They got me rhyming. Nas, I got to be on the next joint. What's up? Hit Boy, send me a beat, dog. Stop playing, man. Y'all better send me a beat. You know what I'm saying? Send me a beat. So I'm going to put a track down. I'm going to put the tracks down here. Introduce it. You know how we do. We go back and forth. We flow. I wish we could interview Nas and break down the album with Nas and Hit Boy. I wish we could. Maybe sometime in the future that, maybe they'll come on the show. All right. Nas, King's Disease 3, November 11th, 2022, 51 minutes, 54 seconds. A lot of people talk about this project. It didn't take me a while. I think when it first came out, I think I did the review, but I was waiting and sitting on it, and I was double checking my notes and just making sure I wanted to give these two kings some great service. All right, so number one is Ghetto Reporter, and basically everything's produced by Hit Boy. Once in a while, you see maybe a couple other producers with Hit Boy, so I will give them their credit when I get to those songs. So Ghetto Reporter, Hit Boy production, the third installment of The Ghetto's King, reports on the power and weak points of King's Disease. Nas still reigns supreme. I said, what a start, man. It's just it's a great record to start off with. It's just I didn't really, be honest, I didn't really find a lot of faults in this project. It started off great. Ghetto Reporter, what did you think about Ghetto Reporter? How they started that project?
Yeah, I love the start of this project. I love the little nod he gave to Eminem using his flow from I am.
Oh yeah, I am. Yep.
Yeah, that I love to hear Nas mix up his flows like that. The beat was perfect, and to hear Nas flow on it was man, it's when the first King's Disease came out,
Yeah.
I felt some type of way because
Explain. What do you mean? Like, okay.
only
Oh.
because I wasn't ready for Nas to give me the cure for gout.
Oh yeah. He was. I'm like, what? What's going on? yeah. He was talking about some stuff. You're like, what? What's going on? Yeah. He did give. Yeah, he was giving the cure for gout. Like he just watched King. The drag. What was it called? I can't even, Game of Thrones or something.
But after I, like, okay, we are older, so I'm going to listen to this with my grown-up sensibilities.
Open ears and
Yeah.
a clear conscience, right? You know what I'm saying?
So now that we've gotten to this, I think this ghetto reporter is exactly who he is.
Okay, that makes sense.
The good, the bad. People say that he's being hypocritical, but I don't see it as hypocritical. I think he's a ghetto reporter. He's telling you all sides of the ghetto, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so Ghetto Reporter was a beautiful way to start this album.
And he's human, man. So like he even says it, like, I don't know if it was this track or it's another track. He's saying, man, like, yeah, I rapped about, guns and street stuff back in the day, but I'm mature now. I'm talking about different things, like at the end of the day, he wants us to win, and he's talking about everybody, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nas being the ghetto reporter, the professor, the teacher, and now he's like in line with KRS-One. KRS-One's always been the teacher. So like now we know Nas is coming out. He's been, throwing gems even in his first album, he's throwing gems and telling us stuff. Yeah, he was a street reporter then too. You know what I mean? Now he's got like not street money, he got mature money. So he's telling those mature stories in a street way, in the street tale. So a lot of people can understand.
Yeah, and I love the way he started this album. I think him and Hit Boy have found a combination that is surprising to most, but it just works so well together.
Exactly. Let's go to number 2, man. And like I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I didn't, I say it now, man. I'm not gonna. Well, actually, I'm not gonna give a. I'll let people. They gotta have to go in the description and see what we scored it. So they have to come back and watch the video again. You know what I'm saying? But number 2, legit. Also produced by Hit Boy. Now, producer MC are in such a zone. It's just not fair, man. And then with the 5 heartbeat panty soak sample, Hit Boy gives Lover Boy Nas a platform to go legit. Is there a legend in the house tonight? Is there a legend in the house tonight? I can't sing. Stand up. But I'm saying, you know what I mean? What you think about this track? This is one of the tracks that a lot of people are talking about. It's a great rendition of the song. It's beautiful, man. It's dope. It's just a dope freaking song. It stands out. Legit.
Yeah, I love the legitimize all of your hustles before the gavel hit. I think that's what people. One thing I could say is most of the hustlers that we knew back in the day knew when to say when. The smart ones, and they legitimized their hustle before all hell broke loose. The one who let go of the game is still in prison right now today, or just back and forth, and they don't have anything that they worked for. But those who used it as a tool and legitimized their hustle, they family men now. None of this stuff is going on in their life. And that's the same way I feel about rappers. If you're using rap to better your life, then you got to drop one part. You got to drop the negative parts of your life, or sooner or later it's gonna catch up to you, and you are especially going to be caught up to because you're in the limelight.
Well, it's the situation of one foot in, 1 foot out. You got 1 foot into rap game, 1 foot into the street game. And here's the thing: maybe back in our days, the '90s, whatever, '80s, '90s, I can see that 1 foot in, 1 foot out theory. Actually making sense, but not really making, but really making sense. But here's the thing: I'm trying to get to the point. My point is like there's more opportunities to create income. So figure it out, man. There's got to be something that you can do
Yeah,
besides selling drugs, selling gun, whatever you're doing for your street tales, whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Trying to make a rep, whatever it is. There's a lot of things you can do, man. And even the days, there was not a lot of choices for people like us.
yeah,
I found ways to make money. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I hustled and did anything I can do. Collect cans, help people with this bags, rake lawns, shovel snow. I did a lot of things like that to get money and accumulate, income for myself. And I
I'm
still
still trying to get people to buy chickens. So there you go.
there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Hey, that's a passive income thing. On the passive income, yeah, she questioned that. She actually talked about it, and we put it on there, man. So it's something that you can make money with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go to number 3, man. A lot of people talking about this track too. It's called Thun. Thun, what up, Thun? You know what I'm saying? Say you gotta say what up, Thun. You gotta do it like that. Produced by Hit Boy, man. Again, a fan favorite and priceless combination. This what up, Thun? Well, Queens is in the house. Hit Boy and Nas is in everyone's house, man. I've been calling Nas a hip hop vampire for years. This shit so good is scary. Like you were saying, King's Disease 1, King Disease 2, King Disease 3. Well, Magic came with between 2 and 3. So it was like no, actually, not Magic came after. Yeah, after 2. After 2, it was 1, 2, then Magic, then this one, right? So it's just like you said, the formula or that combination of what they was doing, they were just getting better and better. It's like they was living in the studio. Like they was married to the studio, and they was just like, I don't know what it was, man. Like you do track 1, it's like practice. You ride a bike, you learn to be better. Maybe you get faster. Now you're Lance Armstrong. Now you're winning races. So Thun, man, it's just another standout track. It gives you a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? It gave me a lot of energy. What do you think about Thun? What up, Thun? And toast to Nas, man.
This is kind of how it was. This is how it was.
Mm-hmm.
People weren't hustling to be the king, hustling to be the king of the streets. They was hustling to survive. They had a goal bigger than hustling. It's kind of like when I hear people say, "Just have another baby." You know what I mean? Using when you use things as a income that should not be used as a permanent solution to your life. It should be a temporary solution to a horrible problem that you in now. But once you get out that problem, you need to be doing other shit. And I
Exactly.
think that's where the disconnect is, because this should not be your career goal. And I love the nod he gives to Ho's takeover. And
That wasn't this one too. He did. He's basically saying, "Yo, I ain't forget, man." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because takeover wasn't takeover. I don't care what nobody say. Takeover was. I think the takeover was fired, and I think takeover hit some nerves.
Oh, of course, because you got to think about it. Jay came out first, right? And then Nas came out with the Ether and crushed him, right? And then Hov said he wasn't done. He came out with a second disc record.
Mm-hmm.
Nas never came back with another record because Ether was so strong. People were saying he won whatever. Like he already won. Like, Jay, what you doing? They were saying, Jay, what you doing? Coming out with another one. What's going on? That's how hip hop was back then. Even though we loved Takeover, and we was like, oh shit, he did another one. Like, hip hop still gave the nod to Nas
because Ether was just
Ether was just like, I don't know, just an incredible record. And but Takeover, like you said, man, it probably hurt Nas. Nas like, another, what's going on? I thought we was done, like 1-1. You know what I'm saying? And he came out with another. He was like, oh, hold on.
I think because Takeover was so
radio play,
and it felt like he was talking to him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was trying to rank on him or talk shit about him. It was more like a father talking to their kids. It just
Yo.
Yeah, it was like that kind of shit. I think that's why that song made him mention it all these years later.
Yeah, because I think he thinks he owes him. He owes
he owe him one.
He's like, I should, like, yo, man, I should have put out another one. That's what he basically is kind of saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I think he probably have figured out what we have all figured out all this time.
What's that?
Jay been punching him without punching him. You know?
And not just on the Takeover, like people saying in the, like how like
Nas in life.
Yeah, like, because Nas put out a project and then Jay-Z would just throw out something like a single. And then everybody's talking about Jay-Z now. Like, yeah, Nas like, yo, man, let my album play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
give me some air. Like he dropped the announcement for King's Disease 3. Jay dropped the old school photo of him and the homies.
And you're like, yo, dude, Jay-Z, you gotta relax, dog. I have to listen. I hold this sign with people like Jay-Z, dog. Jay-Z, you gotta relax, dog. You gotta give people their shine. And that's why Nas is probably, like you said, he said that line and it stands out. Everybody's quoting that line. That was like probably the first line on social media that everybody was quoting.
It just tickled me. I was like, oh, he finally recognized what we all been what 50 been talking about forever.
Yep.
50 did an interview. It was like, I know what you did, ho.
And then you gotta think about it. They got the behind the scenes. They probably talk and they know each other's people. Yeah. They kind of, you know what I mean? They in the same circles a little bit. So yeah, they know what's going on, man. They know more than us. Let's say so. Yeah, it's freaking hilarious, man. That he brought it up still. You know.
Yeah,
I wonder if Jay-Z heard it when we heard it, or did he send it to Jay-Z prior?
He probably heard it when we heard it. I know he tickled the shit out of him.
You got laughing so much I got the hiccups. So I can finish this goddamn interview.
They had that heart. They had that determination and that heart, and that's what I get from this song. I put it on just for motivation. This song is motivating to me.
I think this whole album is like, you could take this to the gym and and get busy. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of getting busy, let's go to number 4, man. Michael and Quincy. Come on, this is the title of it. You're like, what? So Michael, of course, Jackson, Quincy Jones, of course, produced by Hit Boy. Now, listen, by now, you should have a neck brace on. Like my neck, I'm doing this. I'm going bananas. This is just a great project. Great comparison, with Michael and Quincy. And you got, of course, Hit Boy and Nas. Now, the Mike and Quincy of hip hop may be an understatement. Nas and Hit Boy are in their own lane. And that's what I want to say. Like, yeah, you can say Michael and Quincy because that gives people a gesture saying this is what we are. We're good. But man, it's like they're over the top. They're doing. I'm just saying, like with 4 records in the can in 2 years, Michael and Quincy didn't even do this. You know what I'm saying? So my eardrums are thankful for just this combination and this relationship. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be, you gotta be thankful for certain relationships in life, and I'm thankful for Nas and Hit Boy. What do you think about Michael and Quincy, man? Let me know. Got the hiccups, man.
Yeah, I think it's a nice way to um, acknowledge Hit Boy because the quality of albums that they have put out have been Michael and Quincy kind of caliber of music. So it was I love the when Nas story tells and he talks about growing up. It reminds you of it just makes you reminisce on the stuff we did before there was cameras.
Yeah. Before, man, I remember like back in the day, man, when people first started saying there's gonna be cameras in the street lights. Man, we were smart enough to be like, yo, which street lights? We went around the whole projects looking. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes climbing them up there if we had to, man, we were smart about what we did back in the day. We wasn't, you know what I mean? We wasn't filming
they stopped putting cameras in the street lights because they kept climbing up there and busting them up.
Thank you. And
they just bust them out, you know.
I don't want to imprison myself, but yeah, we used to bust the lights.
I know I wasn't climbing up there because I'm scared of heights. But yeah, they just climb up there and bust them out.
We was doing all types of crime without the cameras, man. Those were the days. Fuck Archie Bunker, but I like that saying. Those were the days. Let's go to number 5, man. It's called 30. Now, he did a track on was it? I don't know if it was King's Disease 1 or I think it was 1. But it's called 27. It was 27 Summers, really, but that's what he was talking about. This is 30 Summers. So this is produced by Hit Boy again. It's magic. It's Hit Boy. It's Nas' son. Nas Thun. Bow to the Kings, man. The track is an anthem like allowing Nas to orchestrate with some braggadocious and boasting. He's just talking about 30 summers, man. It's been 30 summers. I'm still relevant. Nas has been relevant, you know what I'm saying, since he was born, you know what I'm saying, just like we are. Good luck to other artists, man. I'm just saying, like, when I'm hearing this project, I'm just like, I don't know what this, I'm just like bibbling and bobbling and just, I don't know what to say, but everything it is positive about this project. And 30 summers, 30 years of you on the microphone and representing and actually us talking about you. Like this whole portrait right here, the poster, this is his 30 years. Well, it's more than, this is less than 30 years because he got this song, he got this album. I don't know if Magic's on it. Magic's on it? I don't even know. I gotta look. But you know what I mean? Like, it's incredible, man. So 30 more years, Nas. I saw somebody do a post and they aged Nas and it was like King's Disease 33, like, keep going. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It was funny, but it was like, if you got the energy, I tell all MCs or producers, if you have the energy, keep going. And keep going, because one day you're gonna be like, I don't feel like doing this no more. And then you might come back, but one day you're gonna quit. Or you might quit for a month, 6 months. But if you got that energy and that passion, do it. It's like when I create 20 videos in a day, people go, what you doing? I go, I have the energy for it. One day I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about number 5, 30?
I love this song. I love the way because he did stop for a long while.
He did.
You know what I mean? And he talked about it, after the divorce and balling out of control.
Shout out to Khalees. My milkshake brings other boys to the yard. Yeah, I'm sorry. You bring up the marriage, I automatically think about this.
He felt like, and I get it. He felt like at that point they were burying them as artists. And now he's out again and he's outside and he's making quality music. And he's not going to let them bury them anymore. He's sick of the drill music and all of that shit. It's time to actually step up and start saying something.
Facts. And I think he's making it known, like you said, and he's giving all these other MCs, rappers, whatever they want to call themselves, artists. He's saying, hey man, wisen up, wake up, throw some messages on your tracks. Nas did a couple trap records recently on these albums. They sound trap, or they got trap beats or trap like sounds. I mean, he's not rapping like he's trap, but that's the good thing I like about Nas. It might be a trap beat, but he's still rapping like Nas. He's not changing. But yeah, you gotta shout out. You gotta give energy to positivity, and Nas been doing that from day one. 30, like we're saying, 30 years, 30 summers. He's been outside. He's outside. Nas is outside, like you said, and I'm glad that was it 21 Savage? Because the reason I was talking about, he's relevant, and I was saying that in number 5, 30, because at the time, this is before they collaborated, they did a single. Nas is mature now, and he said, yo, man, okay, he probably went and talked to him instead of going on social media. And then they did a single.
Yeah, even in the song, he said he was done with beef.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with that. Yeah. Like, we're going to talk like men.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody should be talking like men.
And hopefully that, and this is he's showing, he's not talking, he's showing. Nas is actually providing a record. He said, hey man, basically we don't know what the conversation was with him and 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying, the Hit Boy, but guess what? Something got produced out of it, and they're gonna make money together off it. Even if they don't talk again. It was something that for the culture to say, hey, to link these genres, the young generation with the older generation, right?
Yeah.
And say, hey, here's Nas, youngsters, and then here's 21 Savage. We already know 21 Savage, but you know what I'm saying. We just choose not to listen to him. But we did go listen to that song, One Mic, One Gun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that on here. Of course, it's not on here. So what did you think about that song? I thought it was okay. It's not something I'm going to replay. I listened to it once or twice just to hear the lyrics. But One Mic, One Gun. But hopefully they can make some money together. Hopefully it proves a point and show. No, I'm trying to make something positive about it. Hopefully it tells people you can unite. You can unite together and unite all these genres and generations together.
Well, I hope he don't unite with Lil Boosie, because I don't need that in the playlist.
Well, listen, I don't think Nas is gonna stop, make a trap record now and rap with Little Baby and all.
I don't need that.
I don't know. Hopefully not. But let's get off that single. Anyway, let's go to number 6. That's another one that I was highlighted. Hood to Hood, Hit Boy. Listen to Nas, the Professor, and Hit Boy, the Teacher. Hood to Hood, Block to Block, and Everywhere to Everywhere. I'm sure they are bumping this album as loud as their devices can handle. We will be studying this musical artwork until the casket drops. And after that, this song is another standout record. They all great records. Some of them just got more energy. This one's one of them songs that just got more energy, and you're like, oh snap, what is this? You know what I mean? You pull it back maybe 6 times instead of 5. You know what I'm saying? But I've been listening to this album in total, I don't even want to know how many times, but I'm pretty sure my device will tell me, right? So number 6, Hood to Hood, man. What do you think about that track?
So this wasn't my favorite track.
Okay.
But I like the track. It's not my favorite, but it's not one that I'm gonna skip through. If I'm when I'm listening to this album, I'm gonna listen to this song. But it's just on this album, this one's not this is my least.
The content, the beat, the content, the beat, or both in general.
I think it was both. I didn't mind I didn't mind the content that much. It was just I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it, and I know it's just a shout out to the hood and that kind of thing, but sometimes the hood get on my goddamn nerves and
You know it's funny
because they be with that silly shit, and I just be like, man, I don't want to shout y'all out. Y'all don't need no shout out.
You know what it is. I know. We're older people, and we there's times that we don't want to talk about the hood. We left the hood. We want to we could celebrate it, but at the same time, we want to not forget about it, but speak on the things that we're actually doing and talking about. So this one probably didn't get your, it got your panties in a bunch. I would say.
I have never really left the hood. I'm always in the hood, but sometimes the mentality of the hood gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
And they sometimes they have me mad, and I have to take a moment to disconnect because
of course
they'll fill your head with all kinds of foolishness.
Of course, that's why I was saying earlier that you got to listen to different genres of rap. If you listen to rap, you got to listen to different genres. You can't just listen to I don't know. Let me say Flea Lord all day. You got to listen to KRS-One, or you got to listen to maybe Redman because he's funny or something. You got to mix it up. Maybe you got to go back to R&B, listen to some Jodeci, or listen to some new Rennie, like I was talking about earlier. So you just got to, and then it's like your circle, your brain, your environment. You can't cloud your thoughts and your circle with just street rap. You can't. If you do, there's gonna be issues. There's gonna be issues. It's not healthy. It's not healthy.
I'm at a moment in my life where they have, I have with all of the stuff that's going on in the world, and people who don't necessarily understand what's going on in the world. They just know Kanye said it, and and you gotta listen to that stuff, and then you trying to argue with people who don't have an argument. And I'm like, you know what? Y'all have gotten on my nerves for this month, and I'm through with y'all.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna say it one time today. We are not talking about Kanye.
No, right, so I'm just saying.
Please don't bring him up right now. I know. I'm just saying. This is a Kanye free show right now.
Yeah, when you visit the neighborhood, you know it's the holidays, and you want to make sure everybody's set and have what they need. Exactly. And when I hear a song about the hood, I just disconnect from it because they have gotten on my damn nerves. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to shout them out. I don't want to give them no praise. I'm mad.
And I get it, because so like you said, it's not a skippable record. Because that's the next thing I wanted to say. Like in between these albums, I just quote nothing to skip. Like every once in a while, I just says nothing to skip. Like just to remind people that there is nothing to skip on this project. Number 7. Let's go to number 7. Recession Proof. Hit Boy. Now, the 70s pimp track takes Nas back to the chalkboard to smoothly speak on self, debt, and street tales. His messages bring hope and genuine love. That's number 7, Recession Proof. What do you think about number 7, Recession Proof? What's your take on that? You on mute. Can't hear you.
This reminds me of growing up. Okay. Because I grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. Most of my formative years was in the 70s and 80s. So, because I was born in 72. So when I was listening to this, I was like, yes, I remember the 70s. I remember Donna Summers. I remember me and my sisters having a Soul Train line. Imagine 3 girls having a Soul Train line, but we put pillows down and filled in the places of the people who we didn't have enough people.
Yeah, you got to throw like the couches to people, or you got to use your imagination. I was just talking about this on another interview, review. I said something about the Soul Train line. I think it had something to do with the Mussolini album with Izzy Hot. That's the him and Izzy Hot. That's the dude's name, Izzy Hot. But it sounds crazy. But the Mussolini Izzy Hot did an album recently. It's dope. It's real pimpish, but it's dope. And I said something like, you know how people joke around and say, "Oh, if you don't eat chicken, you ain't black." They say stupid stuff like that. But if you didn't have a Soul Train line, you don't do it. You didn't imitate a Soul Train line or do that with your family. I'd be like, yo, you ain't black, because like everybody did the Soul Train line, and it's still popular to this day. Generation after generation still do the Soul Train line at parties.
Yeah, we put the chairs. We used to take the dining room chairs, and we leave a space for the person in between, because it was just us three. So one sister would go down, and she would just step in between the chairs. And
you're like, doing the moves and shit. No video though, right? You know what's funny? If we had that video, man, we'd be cracking up. The stuff that we had better imagination because we didn't have a lot of technology. So you got to think about what we did, man. We used to do clubhouses, build stuff out of sheets and put it on the couch and build tents, all type of stuff, man.
We didn't have enough money, so we would take markers and color the paper towels. And we make Barbie doll clothes out of the paper towels.
Oh, snap. But yo, hold on.
We get like dresses that we seen in the magazine, and we color the paper towel the same color as the dress, and we make Barbie doll clothes out of
you remember those paper dolls? I remember my sister and cousin used to have the paper dolls, the cutouts. And then they had the paper clothing that you put the little strap thing on them, and it looked like it's different clothes. Y'all was revolutionary, man, doing that, the actual clothing out of paper towels and coloring them and stuff. That's crazy, man. See the imagination?
The wood outside, and that become the chair for the living room. We build whole living rooms on the floor and out of sponges and all of that stuff.
Imagination. We use our brains more. We use more of our left side of our brains. We need to get that back. Let's go to number 8. Reminisce, produced by Hit Boy. Bow down to Hit Boy, man. By this time, I'm just like bowing down, praising. I'm in my room just bowing down for no reason. But now Hit Boy samples the queen of hip hop, Mary J. Blige, and it's superb by nature, with Nas reminiscing with current rhymes. Hip hop circle gets closer. So you got like this song kind of like it's like reminisce. I'm thinking about Mary J. Blige. I'm thinking about that song, thinking about where I was at then, where I'm at now, and it brings back a lot of memories. This song just is really soulful. It gets me in a good mood. And like we were just talking about memories and talking about our childhood and everything. And, you know, that's where this takes me. Number 8, Reminisce. What's going on with that track?
Yeah, I remember when computers first came out.
Dang, I remember too.
Mom, she got us a computer. But it was I think it had like Pong on it. That was the game.
Oh, Pong. So, Pong. Like, Bing Bing. Pong. I remember Pong. I remember Pong, yo. I remember Pac-Man, all that, yo. I remember all the games, dog. The first game. And yo, a black dude did all that. There was a black, I forget his name. It was a black dude. Make sure all that stuff, all these video games. Black dude, man. I forget his name.
And we had the floppy disk.
Oh, the floppy disk. Stop playing. Stop playing. You ever watch DJ Premier and he does the floppy disk reviews? He still got the floppy disk. He still got the disc.
And we had to learn how to use that computer, and nobody was teaching computer classes, and there wasn't no such thing as YouTube or none of that stuff.
No.
We had to figure out that stuff on our own.
Yep.
And so I remember when he talks about practicing, and I remember practicing on that computer, just trying to do the minor things like a letter.
Oh yep. Writing a letter was like,
we didn't have printers, we had word processors.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Remember the one that used to type out?
Yeah. And then they had perforated paper at the ends with the holes in it. Come on, man. Listen, I look young. Listen, I call Nas a vampire because he looks so young. He look like he's still 12. Man, black don't crack, man. Listen, I ain't telling people. I tell people my age, but like I don't look like that. I don't look my age. You don't either. So I get it.
Yeah, anytime. I think people don't realize the well, even my daughter, when she first seen the record, she thought it was she asked me, Mama, what kind of what kind of CDs are these?
You're like, those these big ass CDs. What you doing with these big ass CDs?
And our generation has been through it. You know,
Yeah.
we have been through it. We have been through it. There's not a change that has happened that we have not been through.
We've been through every musical, you know, well, I would say not platform. I guess we say platform or whatever, or just physical. You know what I'm saying? With the 8-track, 45s, the records, you know, anything you could think of. There's probably before that tapes.
Technology.
You know, yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And so, and we still couldn't go on the block without somebody shooting at us.
Yo, and we was carrying them big ass boom boxes, dodging bullets.
Yeah.
You had to be cool to have that anyway. You had to let nobody would rob you. But I had like at least 3 of those boom boxes, man. I was not to say I was the man, but I had protection. I had a little posse, so nobody was messing with me, man. Mom's
so I mean, so when you hear a song like that, people think it's cap, but no, it's not cap. We did all of that, and it was still just as dangerous as it is right now. We just didn't have cameras, so everybody didn't know everything that was going on everywhere all at the same time.
Yo.
We didn't know it was nothing was happening until Nas put out an album. Like, oh, it's like that in New York?
You know, or Dre and Cali or whatever. It was like, oh, that, you know, down south, Scarface. We're like, what? Scarface in Texas? What's going on? So yeah, like I love that song. I love this song, Reminisce. This I'm just telling you, there's no defects in this album. Let's go to number 9, Serious Interlude. This is Hit Boy again. Hit Boy continues the R&B feel while Nas takes his career seriously. Nas keeps us in the dark as usual with his love escapades. Who is she? Like, that's all I was saying. Like, who is this girl he's talking about? I'm pretty sure a lot of people was trying to guess who this person is. He had a relationship with. I'm pretty sure Nas had a lot of relationships. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are trying to figure it out. But Nas is a secretive dude, just like Jay-Z, man. But Nas is still single, and he was, he's been more single than Jay. So like, I'm pretty sure he had a lot of escapades. Let's put it that way. What's up with number 9, Serious Interlude, Hit Boy, Nas?
Yeah, I always like this part of Nas. I like the part of Nas that tells about love for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not there's no pretense to it. It's that sitting that kind of sitting on the bus stop kind of love.
Sitting the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. LL Cool J or something. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Now that you older, you be riding by and you see somebody hugged up on the bus stop, like, what the hell is wrong with them?
Yo, you be mad at the public display of affection, dog. Like, black people I used to be heated, dog. Because even when I had a girl, when we went out and we did stuff, we went, we took, if we had to take public transportation at the time, but I was young, we didn't, for some reason, I was so trained to be so thuggish, man, and I don't know that I told, I would tell these women that it was all lovey-dovey, I'm just saying, there was, women more lovey-dovey, but so like I was always like, nah, don't touch my hand, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so not to say I had them in check, but it was like, yo, no public display of affection. Wait till we get in the spot or home or whatever. But I would see it and I go, how they doing? This is nasty. What they doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope this is a dope record, man.
Yeah, I'd quit you. If you wasn't bringing me no mixtape, I was quitting you.
Oh, yeah. You had to do a mixtape for the... Yo, you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't even know if I still got some. Because I used to do mixtapes. And you look at these tapes behind you, the ones that don't say nothing on them, but they say stuff on them. But I used to do mixtapes, like this one says what? Mr. Jack.
How else I know you love me if you don't?
Yeah, you don't do a mixtape for the chick? Like, yo. I'm telling you, I have to do mixtapes, man. And it's funny. I remember I did this. I was really good at it, right? And I got one good mixtape from back from a young lady one time, and she what she did because I told her I like Keith Sweat, and she did like the best of Keith Sweat. The way she mixed it was dope. It wasn't like she was a DJ. She just did it on tape. You got to tape. Remember tape? You got to put the so. And I was like, yo, I think I still got that to this day. I don't know. I gotta find it, but I used to be good at mixtapes, man. Especially the love mixtape. If I wanted some booty or a kiss or whatever, man, I got everything in there, man. I had the Albert Shores and the Jodeci's and the Boys the Men's in there, man, and the Sade's and the Whispers, all that. I was mixing it all up real nice, man. Stop playing, man.
The Luther.
Don't play with me.
Gotta put the Luther in there.
The Luther, of course. I'm just throwing out names. But number 10, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Another Hit Boy freaking probably classic record. It's obvious Nas and Hit Boy are on fire with their connection. Where they record should be called House of Dragons because they're on fire. They're gonna have to platinize that studio. Or something. They have to do something. I don't know what they're gonna have to do to the studio, but they're gonna have to do something to the studio. What's going on with this record, man? I'm on fire. Another hot record. Everyone's talking about it. What you think about this record, right? I'm on fire. What you think about this record?
This one is just Nas and it's bad. You know what I mean? That he's talking about his legacy. I don't care how active people have been or stayed active over the years. Nas came out of hiding and has put out consistently dope tracks. There's nothing that changed even about his flow. There's nothing the cadences, he can still do it all, and he's putting out quality work. And he's on fire. And I don't care how many albums you put out, lyrically, vocally.
Oh my God.
You ain't, and I don't care how much wordplay you using. It is a skill for somebody to have this amount of wordplay.
Yep.
And still make such a dope album that you like. I don't care about your entendres right now.
he could smack his mother. He could be smacking his mother, but I'm like, yo, put that on fire one more time. Put that on one more time.
Yeah.
I'm just joking around, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like when he's talking it. Don't be scared now. I'm on fire, and he's on fire, and you got to give him that. Which is why it gets upsetting when people try to say something different.
Man, that's why a lot of people jumped on. I don't have to bring up 21 Savage, but anybody that was a hater, they jumped on him. Was like, yo, they protected Nas, and that's what I like. That was dope. That the real hip hop fans, people that are hip hop. When I say people are hip hop, you're hip hop. I'm hip hop. K. Russell is hip hop. There's certain people that they live the culture. So there's people that don't live the culture. They just listen to it once in a while, and then they have their little opinions on social media. And you got to dismiss that. You got to get that energy out your circle. Don't even intertwine in those conversations. I tell people. I see him, and sometimes I just bite my tongue. I go, I want to say something. I go, no, let me just scroll. Yeah. Or I block them people so I won't never see their stupid ass messages again. Let's go to number 11. Speaking of what the F. So what the F? Shaking my head, man. What the F? WTF? SMH. You know what I'm saying? You know what it stands for? What the fuck? Shaking my head, basically. This is produced by, that's why I keep saying Hit Boy, but you had a little help on this one. Jansport J and Hit Boy created this track. These tracks are just on fire. I had to use that again because I was just getting off the fire. They are the abbreviation of what the fuck they are. With the beat switch, the author of rap is raw and flawless, man. I can't get enough of these songs. This is another standout record I thought was fire. What you think about number 11, WTF SMH?
Yeah, I like I like that beat.
Mm-hmm.
That that beat is kind of the beat caught me first, and I wanted this instrumental just so I could hear the beat.
Oh,
It's
so you,
that's
yeah, you crave it.
because
You crave it.
it's so much stuff to pick apart in that beat that I want to know what is this. You know how I am about sounds that I don't know what instrument that is. I
Yeah,
want
so
to know.
you're curious. You get more curious. You're like, yo, what is that? Ah, you're excited. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So but I love Nas's verses. I love that he's telling people, watch your back. Uh you can't be in the hood sitting in the trap lit up and fucked up, not watching your back. You gotta watch who you around. You gotta watch what you're doing. You know what I mean? Even in the music industry, you gotta watch what you're doing. You gotta watch your back. Um, because it's some ignorant folks in the world.
No, 100%.
I mean, because how many times do you just say WTF? I just say the word, but how many times do you say that daily after you hear somebody talk to you? You're just like, what? And seriously, these people can get into your mind and make you start believing weirdo shit
Oh,
because of your lack of understanding. So yeah, I love this album.
man, this song is just another standout record. At the end of the review, we'll talk about our standout records. Let's go to number 12. Once a Man, Twice a Child, produced by Hit Boy, and he got a little assistance with a producer named C3. Nas, man, messages are pure and efficient. Hit Boy is painting art masterpieces while Nas continues to educate with substance and value. Nas continues to be quotable. He's quotable. He's continued to be quotable. He's has substance. I can't find nothing really wrong with a lot of these songs. What do you think about number 12? Once a Man, Twice a Child. SP, you're on mute. SP, you're on mute again. You're on mute again. Mute. You're
Yeah,
on
what
mute.
I got it.
Okay.
What I like about this song is the juxtaposition between being a kid and being an adult.
Mm.
And then as you get older, unfortunately, as we get older, we do revert back to childhood. Because how many people are taking care of their parents now?
Yo,
How
you're
many
right.
people are changing diapers?
No,
How
you're
many
right.
people are
Um,
making sure they're fed? And you know, so you're once a man and twice a child.
we're coming to that age, 45, 40, 45, 50, where our parents need our assistance. And of course, like you said, twice a child, they're gonna be in diapers or whatever, or they're just gonna need assistance. That's what basically he's saying. And I get it, man. So, and just I don't know all the contacts and groups, but I know there are groups out there for people like us to for free consolation or just free therapy, because these are the times that we are losing our parents. These are the times when our parents are probably passing away. So there are groups out there, and that you can join, different 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds. So I just wanted to put that out there before we went on after this song, number 12. You got anything else with number 12?
No,
It's been
that made me think about reality, and I was like, oh, he's so right. And that, yeah, because we do. We have, especially being a healthcare provider, I understand that's the cycle. You're a kid, you're an adult, and then you're a kid again.
I love the message, and I think hopefully it gets through to some of these knuckleheads, man. So once again, like I said, I quote again, nothing to skip, man. I haven't skipped nothing yet. Number 13, Get Light, produced by Hit Boy, man. Even when they incorporate 90s elements, the music speaks of now. The jazz feeling track allows Nas to be light, fun, and just dope. Just a dope artist, man. What do you think about number 13, Get Light, man?
I mean, it's talking about the streets, but it's the beat is fire.
It's incredible.
That beat is fire.
You couldn't deny this one. You're like, this talking about the streets again? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, the beat's dope. Let it ride.
Yeah, this was fire. I love the beat. And you can always catch me when people start talking about bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie. Classic.
Yeah, because we were big on that word. So yeah, I love this. I love just a fun song.
Oh, all day. Let's go to number 14. First Time, produced by Hit Boy. What a beautiful track, Hit Boy. I just wanted to shout him out on that one. It's a great track. The first time I heard Nas, I was blown away. This is the first. He's like the first time. First time you heard Nas, first time you heard whoever, right? He's shouting everybody out. I'm stunned, Thun. Currently, you know what I'm saying? This is another OG record giving me, hip hop goosebumps, man. And I always say that. I tell people like I really be getting goosebumps on this arm. It's like my hip hop arm. That's why I dedicated the whole arm to the elements of hip hop. I got to add some more because KRS keeps adding stuff. There's like 9 elements now. I'm like, KRS, chill out, dog. My arm's already filled up. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so what's going on with 14 First Time? What do you think about this record?
Oh man, we have a whole lot of first times in life. And I remember I used to make a list of the first times.
No way.
Yeah, my first kiss,
okay, of course.
Hug, my first party, my first, all of that stuff that defines your life. My first dance, you have so many firsts, and we tend to not take them seriously. And so this song was, I remember the first time I heard hip hop.
Oh,
I remember talking to my cousin on the phone. This was like 78, 77, 78. And I was the little cousin, and I thought that my cousin in New York was the most magical being existed.
He was a genius, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know.
I thought that he was so sophisticated, and he was just like 12 or 13, and but to me, he was my big cousin, and he
was God, man. He was hip hop God to you. You know what I'm saying?
And he knew I was little cousin, and he would. He had these recordings that he had from like the block parties in New York, and he would play them for me over the phone. And so that was the first time I heard hip hop. I don't think hip hop was even like on the radio.
Yeah.
It was just people. I didn't even know who the people were, but he would play me these songs over the phone.
Oh wow. That's incredible. I know I heard this story before, but every time you say it, it's just with more passion and glare in your eyes, man. And it's the same thing. The first time I heard hip hop, it was probably you probably heard it before me because you was like actually hearing it from the streets. I was hearing it from the radio. So like when I heard, of course I was hearing it from the street. People would rap and try to do stuff or whatever. You would hear stuff and get little tapes, but I really started hearing it on the radio, recording it, putting the tissue in the tape, recording it. And it brought so much joy in my life. It was, it saved my life. I keep saying hip hop saved my life. People think I'm crazy. It really did. Because I was out there in the streets. I was doing stupid stuff. And I had to stay in Friday, Saturday, whatever days it came on. I had to. I was like, I got this. Yeah. I was addicted. I had to stay in. I was like, it was a drug to me. You know what I mean? It was in my veins. I needed it. And it saved, a lot of people's lives probably. You know what I'm saying? People stayed in and listened to this radio, taped it so they can go to school and say they had it first. Like you said, talking about first. I remember all that first stuff. I never kept a diary, but I know I still remember the first things, like the first kiss, the first whatever. I know I remember all that. I know people remember at first a lot of stuff.
I always wanted to have I watched my sisters grow up. So I wanted to have a memory book.
So you had a diary or a memory book? What you call it?
I ended up with a memory book. I still have my medals and thing and certificates from kindergarten and first grade because I watched my sisters, and my sister, when she left high school, her memory book was like this. It wouldn't even close, It was. And so I wanted my memory book to look like her memory book.
Yeah. That's very understandable because I looked up. I had an older sister. I looked up to her so highly, and I did things that whatever she did, I was trying to do too. And if she's really smart. So whatever she learned, I was trying to learn. I used to always be like, I know your math, and she was like, no, you don't. And I still owe her a fake $1 million. You know what I'm saying? If I ever got rich, I would really give her that $1 million. And she'd be like, what's this for? I'm like, remember that bet? I was like, I don't know, 8 or 6 or something. I said I know your math. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was fake and corny, but you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm just saying it because I admired her and I honored her and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's go to number 15. Beef, right? Produced by Hit Boy. This track is, listen, double incredible. Nas is stealing souls in 2022. The photo of hip hop has to be Nas. I think it used to be Kool Herc, KRS, and all these other. Nas has got to be in that photo now. Put him in that photo. He's on Mount Rushmore. He's been on it anyway for me. The hip hop vampire again. I keep saying, damn. Like Esther. What's her name? Esther Robel. That was her real name, but the lady from Good Times. But I just kept saying damn, and I started remembering her, and I think I looked up her name. Her name was Esther, I think Robel or something like that. But the lady from Good Times, man, like I couldn't get damn on my mind listening to this Beef record. It's another standout record. Just incredible. What do you think about Beef, number 15?
Yeah. The reason I love this is because this is so, his sentiment in here is so true about him. Mm-hmm. He is that MC when you making your list. I don't care how many people is on the list. It's always a tug of war of somebody has to go because Nas can't go to this number.
Yo, people are gonna be mad at everybody on their list this year. Everybody gonna be freaking mad because you got to think about it. If people are doing this, what's the thing from December of last year to the end of this November, which just passed. What's the second? Today's December 2nd. So nothing in December is for this year. So everything in December that drops goes to next year. Now you got to remember, Magic came out in December, and then this came out in November. Nas got 2 albums to talk about, man. So like, I know people gonna be like, "What the hell? How you get that out?"
That's what made making a list so hard this year because some of my favorite albums came out in December of last year.
last year, yeah. But so they go for
But they
2022.
got to go. You know, they got to come on this list.
They
So
got to come on the list. I
you
remember
know,
you was telling me earlier, like recently, you saying something about what really a lot, like most of those albums that came out in December. I was forgetting some of the albums that came out last year in December, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta throw that back on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? You know, because at the time I was doing January to December, but since everyone in the pretty much, I'm gonna say not everyone, but the majority of the world is doing, you know, December to November, I figure I joined the party so a lot of lists can be kind of similar and not, you know, whatever. So I'm doing that this year.
because it makes it makes it really hard for me to listen to an album in December and be like,
it's a candidate. Yeah, you don't.
is that going to how is that going to resonate with me? Because I have albums that I've been listening to since January.
Me too.
And yeah, I have albums I've been listening to since January and February that's still in my rotation that I'm not gonna bump because you dropped a dope album in December. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be listening to it in January.
And you know, it's funny because I remember because you know, like I said, prior to me doing, you know, again, you know, December to November, like I said, I used to do January to December. So I was still listening to the, you know, the Nas Magic album this whole year, and people was like, "Yo, you still listening to Master? Yo, man, I don't know, it's so good." Like, so like, so now that I know it can be in 2022 conversation, it's in there, man. You know, I ain't gonna tell you where it's at, but you got to watch the review or watch the countdown. When
because it sat with me all year, that Magic album. And exactly. So for me to say I'm going to bump the Magic album because somebody dropped something in December, and you know, it may not be, it may be dope at the moment, but then I might not be listening to it anymore.
You know, and the way the world works and the way that everything just falls into place. We just got off the record beef, and we're talking about beef because a lot of people are gonna have beef with stuff. These lists come out. Let's go to 16. Don't shoot. That's another. Hey, don't shoot when we come out with the list. Produced by Hit Boy, another great record. Hit Boy with the 2-in-1 song, giving Nas a yin and yang stage to voice his positive and negative views. At the end of the day, Nas wants peace. Don't shoot. Number 16. What you think about that one, SP? We almost done with the record. We got one more. You on mute again?
I like this song because I like that he addresses snitching. You know what I mean? Am I snitching if my friend is the police commissioner? Am I snitching if I'm a civilian and you just shot a 6-year-old girl? Am I snitching because I can't see that and not say something?
Mm-hmm.
I love the way I love the way he thinks about stuff. I love that he addressed you can't complain about how violent the community is if you're not willing to actually clean up the community. And by cleaning up the community, that means that, hey, Pookie gotta go.
Pookie's always a bad boy.
Pookie shooting people left and right.
Shout out to all the Pookies, man. Y'all not all bad.
And they ain't paying attention to, you know, they don't care. I watched this video of the dude at a gun range. He shot 18 times and missed all 18 times. How that happened? So if you can't shoot and you out here shooting just random ass people, it's never the person you shooting at. It's always the bystanders.
Somebody in the sideline.
So you can't talk about cleaning up the neighborhood. We live in a bad neighborhood if you're not willing to actually do the work to clean up your neighborhood.
You know, it's funny because, you know, yeah, I you know, that's a lot of situations too. A lot of people don't know how to shoot. You know, like even I'm not even gonna tell him myself, but like I guess it's the years have passed. You know, I think I'm good. But yeah, even when we got hot guns, because all the guns outside are hot, and you know, it's not like we went to the gun store back in the day, right? So like when you had guns, man, I actually would tell my friends, let's go learn how to shoot these guns. Let's go put cans up, you know, like you know, people in the South do with their regular guns. We made sure we learned how to shoot because we didn't just want to shoot kids. We heard these stories. Some of these stories was our family and friends. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to just go kill a random person, like you said, a bystander. So that, I mean, don't shoot. I love the record, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the last track. This is a bonus track, actually. Number 17, Till My Last Breath. Bonus track. It says Hit Boy production again. Even the bonus track bumps, even with the messages, I believe Nas had fun on this record. Hit Boy and Nas continue to run hip hop right now. Just flowers, please. Give them their flowers. Stop playing, man. What you think about number 17? Let's talk about it. Last record.
Yeah, this is the bonus track, but this is one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, it's a dope record, right? It's like stands out. I'm like, what the hell? It's a bonus track.
I think this has to be my favorite track because as soon as the beat came on, I was getting it.
It's incredible, right? It's like what is this? Oh snap! You're like, this is the bonus cut. It's like I think remember part 1 or 2. I think he came out with Spicy. I like that strong song. It was a bonus cut too, Spicy, but Fivio Foreign, whatever his name is. I like that track too. I was like, yo, why is it called bonus? I'd be wondering why they call tracks bonus, but whatever. I don't know. It's dope. It's a dope record.
Yeah, it's a dope record. I love the shout outs that he put in there for the new school. You know, I love that he shouted out Little Glorilla.
Oh yeah. She's hot right now. You know, I don't even want to talk about it because I like to talk about negative news or just talk about negative stuff. She was on, I think, Funk Flex recently, and she can't. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of her. I don't think she could freestyle. I don't think she could rap.
No,
but she's current. She's making good music for that generation. So let's put it that way.
I like her because she is a young woman who is learning.
Oh, of course, but I'm just saying
she is smart enough to say I don't know. She never pretends to know shit. If she don't know something, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain that to me?
Oh, see, I never seen her interview or nothing, so I don't know.
Yeah, if she don't know something, and it could be something, but if she don't know, she will say, I don't know. Can you explain? What does that even mean? Do you like, because I am who I am, but I'm trying to learn.
I get it. You know, I think she, you know, and not that I'm not trying to clown nobody. Let her succeed. Let her get her money, get her bag. I just, you know, not to say she's gonna be a one-hit wonder. She could be 3 albums hit wonder, whatever. She could have a great career. She's just not appealing to me musically, so I'm not going to big her up. And
yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy no album, but
I mean, if she got a radio hit
as a person,
I mean, whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I probably ain't gonna buy no albums because you know it's just not my type of sound. But
yeah, I'm not gonna give
like her as a
maybe a person. Yeah, you think she got some sense? You sound.
Yeah, I think she knows that she doesn't know a whole lot, and she wants to know a whole lot, and she's not scared to admit it and pick up where she can.
Here's my thing. I really can't give you an example. I can't think of an example now, but there are MCs or rappers. I'll say rappers because you know these people are rappers. Like she's a rapper, right? So, there are rappers that eventually changed their content, matured, and I became fans. So I can't. That's why I said I'm never gonna downplay nobody. And you know I'm a positive thinker. I'm not trying to like put any negative energy on this podcast if I don't have to. But let's sum it up. Did you sum up the record? Let's forget about her and let's talk about Nas again. Number 17. Did you To My Last Breath? So are you done with that record?
Yeah, this is and shout out Percy Miller.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Percy Miller. Yep. Yeah. Percy Miller. Yeah. But let's talk about let's end it. 2022 Mass Appeal. There was no features, so shout out to Nas. No features, just beautiful
Yeah.
music. Just beautiful music, hit after hit. Now, I was gonna talk about. We already talked about the one, the one mic, one gun record, so we don't have to talk about that. I just want to talk about the highlights. Let me talk about my highlights. I'll give out some songs that I think was the best, and then you can do the same thing.
Mhm.
Number 2, Legit. Number 3, Thun. Number 6, Hood to Hood. Uh, Number 10, I'm on Fire. Number 11, WTF SMH. And then 15, Beef. And then 17, Till My Last Breath. Those are the standout records. Those are the ones I'm like, yo, oh my God, I got to play it 400 times. But the record I play over and over. I haven't put this record down. I remember when it first came out, I played Nas like 17, 18 times in a row. And I was just like excited, like a kid on Christmas, man. So, what are your standout records before we close this down, man? And thank you for
So
coming on again.
I'm always the weirdo. So mine
Oh,
is
okay. What you
Ghetto
got? What you like?
Reporter.
What's your standout records? What?
Ghetto Reporter, Legit, 30,
Okay.
uh, Reminisce,
Yeah.
I'm on Fire, Once a Man, Twice a Child,
Mm-hmm.
and Till My Last Breath.
And the thing with me is, these records change. I could listen to them again today, and then I might be bumping your list. So I might be bumping something that we didn't
Mhm.
mention. You know what I'm saying? I could be bumping Don't Shoot or Serious Interlude or whatever I didn't mention. I
And
think
I
the
gotta
record,
shout, you gotta shout out to Nas because this album has no features,
no features.
and I did not get bored. I
Nope.
didn't get tired of listening to his voice. He
Nope.
switched up his flows. He switched up his cadence. Hit Boy did his thing with the beats. I mean, it was just a fantastic listen. It was an hour long, almost an hour long, and I didn't even realize it was that long.
Yo, it's funny because I always talk about the time, and I did. Yeah, it was 51 minutes and
Yeah,
54 seconds, but 52 minutes, almost an hour, like you said. It went
I didn't
through.
even realize it.
I'm telling you, I was bumping this. I just kept repeating it. I just kept putting it on, and I kept saying, "Nah, there gotta be something. It's gotta be something crazy. There's gotta be something. I'm gonna be like, nah, that's whack." No, nothing was whack on this album.
No.
If you go look around everyone else's review, I haven't looked at anybody's review. I've been like really adamant not to look at nobody's review because I didn't want to be like, like, oh, say something. People like, oh, you stole my. I don't want to hear that. So I haven't so now I'm gonna probably look at other people's review. But from what people were talking about on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, social media, everybody was bigging up this album. Everybody was boasting and going bananas about it. So I'm guessing they had the same energy that we're having right now and talking about this album. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
purposely didn't listen to anything or anybody about this album because I wanted to go into it pure and decide for myself. I'm still listening to King Disease 1. So
Yeah, like like I'm still everybody like yo. I be telling you like I'm still listening to like 1, number
for me,
2.
it's 1, then 3, then Magic, then 2. These last 4 drops for me.
I think if I had to put them in a row of albums, like the best to worst. Of course, I like this one. It's gonna go. It's just gonna go back from back to back like a moonwalker like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And Quincy Jones. But so basically, like it goes. King's Disease 3, Magic, King's Disease 2, then King Disease 1. Like whatever. So like I think they progressed. They just kept getting better and better and better. And they just kept building a better bionic person. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to the bionic man and bionic woman. Remember that show? But you know what I'm saying? They just had me at awe, and they had me really at awe. My mouth dropped like the cartoon back in the day.
One was so special to me.
Yeah, it was really
It
good.
grew on me so much because I was like, oh, I want to hear Nas talk about gout.
And then all of a sudden you're like, let me go back to that record.
I went back to it and I just listened to it and I made sure that I listened to it 3 times before I was like, okay, I can't listen to Nas talk about gout. And I went back to it about a month later, and I just sat and I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh, this is fire." And so
I'm telling you, it's SB.
I can't even pretend like this album's not fire. At first, I was in my feelings because I don't want to hear Nas talk about gout, but
Still talking about, you still talking about that one record. You
then,
know the songs on that album, Charlie Wilson, all them.
yeah, because that song made me feel some type of way.
You make so SB.
Yeah, but I after a while I was like, oh, this is just after I've listened to it about a month later, and I was like, okay, I can't even pretend this ain't fire.
You can't. I'm sorry, man. Like if somebody, you know, I don't care what any list you have, I'm not trying to diss because some people might not be Nas fans. I can't diss everybody's list. You know whose list I'm gonna diss if Nas is not on it? B Dot. Like a B Dot says, you know, because you know he's down with Jay-Z. You know, he's really you know what I mean? He's like paid from Jay-Z, whatever it is. I don't know, they're affiliated.
I hate that they talking about he's the hip hop artist of the year. How?
Oh, Jay-Z? Yeah, they bumped.
How, Sway? He ain't did shit. What did he do?
You said Sway said it?
No, I'm like, how
Sway
is
said it.
The top hip hop artist of the year?
Oh, yeah. I know. Other people are saying that's crazy.
What has he done this year?
One verse. Get out of here, man. You better. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like people like, and I don't even bring up.
I think Lupe Fiasco outdid his whole verse with one sentence.
Listen, Jay-Z's verse was nice, but it was not quotable. I don't really remember anything he said, to be honest. And I listened to it a couple times, see if I could remember something. Was it stand up? A couple standout bars, he still had bars. I get it.
Yeah.
But no. I'm not thinking about Jay-Z at all this year.
At all.
He would not. Jay-Z would not be on any list. B Dot, and he shouldn't be on any list. B Dot or anybody else that's listening to this. If Nas, the Magic album or King's Disease 3 is not on anybody's album this year, controversy. That's all I gotta say.
Already.
That's all I gotta say.
You picking and choosing, and you picking and choosing wrong.
Yeah. So SB again, you bless this show, man, and of course, it's the end of the show. The THHC podcast episode 113, Nas and Hit Boy, King's Disease 3 review of SP, man. Let's talk about what you got going, man. Let's promote, man. What's going on?
So Hypnotic is up on the formula. We had a great conversation about his music, the relationship between Mexican and Black people in the communities, how to get back to where we were, because it was just it was a big push to close that divide in the 80s between Black people and Mexicans in the 80s, and we worked really hard to get to a place where we were moving as a unit, and it breaks my heart to see that people are pushing that divide again. And so we have a wonderful conversation about that. We talk some real truths, and acknowledge each other's complicity in the dynamic that is going on right now.
I'm not sure if this is. I did watch that episode. It's a great episode. Great job, you and Maria. Now it's funny because I was this. I don't know if this is true or not, but I know Facebook blocked it today, right? So I posted this on Facebook because it's about J. Edgar Hoover, and it says when FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was asked, what is his opinion? Was the single greatest threat in the United States of America? He responded, Negro unity. So when he said Negro unity, I'm guessing he's saying everybody, right? And it said, take a moment to let that sink in, right? That guy, I put that up today, and Facebook was like, nope, it's not true. You can't use that. They snatched it up in 2 seconds. True or not, that's what it is. We don't unite. And a great conversation, by the way, SP, and like I said, Maria, if we don't unite and get our shit together, man, and listen to people like Nas and get messages from it and actually take action. Yeah, man, they're gonna continue to try to split us up. you know, through media or through whatever, you know, whatever it is, they have the formula.
There you go.
They know how to split us up. We just got to know how to get back together and stay together. So
we have to have the formula to combat that.
and there you go. There you
and
go.
the best way to combat that is to acknowledge that neither side is perfect, and we all have
Flaws.
dealt some hurt to each other.
Of course.
And until you acknowledge that and make sure that you are hearing what other people are saying and acknowledge what they're saying, and because everybody just wants to be validated.
Exactly. So yeah, they got to go watch that that episode. Was Hypnotic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
And he's a dope artist on top of that.
I got to tune in. I did you leave a comment. I'm now on that show with you guys, but you know I wasn't on the show at the time, so you know I watched all the episodes prior. And I'm going to continue to watch the shows prior to me jumping on the podcast. It was a great, you know, I got to listen to his music. I mean, was I familiar with him? Kinda, but I got to tap into him and give him my full attention, man. And shout out to Hypnotic, man, for being a wise, intelligent brother. No matter what his race, no matter what his race is, he's for the right cause. He's for the, you know, the right movement. So, what else you got? You got anything else to promote?
No, that's it. Just please subscribe to the formula. We're going to be talking. The way I see hip hop is a culture. It's not just music. So when I say hip hop, I don't mean hip hop music. I mean hip hop as a culture.
Yeah.
So when I think about a hip hop podcast, unless you're working on the culture, mind, body, and spirit, you're not fully developing us as a culture.
No, like I said, when I was talking about KRS, you know, everybody knows the 5 elements of hip hop, but there's actually 9 now. And you know, some of them, I think one of them was fashion, the other one was like knowledge, if I can remember all of them. But you know, knowledge one stood out, like, you know what I mean? Like that's a great one. You know what I'm saying? Learn. You know, knowledge is as part of the culture. You should, you know, it's part of hip hop. Because you know, the way KRS, y'all go shout out KRS and go watch KRS. He's still relevant. He's still rapping too. And he's still doing YouTube videos, and he has a podcast. Watch him. You know what I mean? Listen to him. He's he's researching. He's doing his stuff for us and for the culture. That's why I said he's probably one of the, when you think of hip hop, I automatically think of KRS-One, man. So shout out to KRS-One. Hopefully we can have him on our channel. You know what I'm saying? One day.
One day.
Yeah, one day, you know, speaking into existence, start playing. KRS, what's up? What's up? No, Nas, if you're watching this, tell KRS-One and you to come on at the same time, goddammit. Both of y'all. But you know how we get out of there. Say something positive, SP, and then so we can get out of there, and I say something, I'll end it, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right, just you know, love each other. That's what I got today. Just love each other, because and occasionally the strong person in your life, you need to call and check up on them, because just because you think they're strong doesn't mean that they don't need support.
I'm glad you said that, man, because, you know, not trying to brag, but I think I'm one of those people that, you know, that is a natural born leader, and I'm a strong person. So a lot of people don't check up on me. I'm always checking up on them. So yeah, check up on me. Check up on SP too, because she's one of those natural born leaders, man. So that's great advice, man. So you know what I say after everything: love over hate, man. You know, if you can, you know, promote the. I'm trying to promote my daughter's clothing line. Look in the description. Promote my clothing line. Look in the description. Always on sale. Check it out, and you know, and listen, man. Practice more love than hate, man. That's all I got, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of saying it, but I'm just it's so simple that if you practice more love than hate, man, it's a great equation to succeed and just live a happier life, man, and pick better people to be around you. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Get your circle right. So all right, man, we getting out of here, man. Texas, Boston, man, stop playing, man. Boston, Mass, man, we out of here, man. Appreciate it again, SP. Thanks for joining me, man.
No problem. Peace.
Peace out, y'all. We out of here.